Monday, how disappointing was it for that game to go down?
Yeah, the weather. I mean, I think it's been the longest, wettest winter, and we sort of now into spring, and to have a game called off at this stage of the season, it was so disappointing because, we'd picked up 4 points over the previous 2 home games, going into the game with a real sort of fixed mindset that we knew we had to go across to FC United to get another win, and we trained on the Sunday, prepared well, and come Monday morning it was very frustrating. So we trained as normal, and got the players back out, but yeah, very, very disappointing.
Is it a case maybe of swings and roundabouts as well at this time of year? Obviously you negated a quick turnaround there, but now you've got midweek games between, well, now and the end of the season really, haven't you?
Yeah, touch wood. I mean, apart from last week of the season, we got Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday. So yeah, they're going to come thick and fast. I think it's more about just preparing for games. Some teams are in a worse position than us, as in the game load. So we've got to make sure that we focus on sort of this weekend's game, which is the most important.
Were there any positives? Did it give chance for just any players to just maybe get a bit fitter?
Not so much fitter, maybe getting players back.
Yeah.
I think that's probably where we are at this moment in time, looking to get 1 or 2 bodies back onto the pitch. So with that game being delayed, now till sort of a week Tuesday, there's a potential that we could have 1 or 2 back for them.
How are things looking with your injury list then?
Good, but it's it wasn't one them with sort of a kick or a twisted ankle. It was a little bit more than that, and I think people know football these days. Hamstrings are not a miracle overnight. Some take a week, some take 2 weeks, some take 3 or 4 weeks. So it depends how the body heals and to what degree the injury is. So the physios are working hard. The players are in double sessions every day. So I'm just hoping that we can get to 1 or 2 back sooner rather than later. From
the list that we talked about last week when David came to see you, Alex Pattinson, Louis Armand and Alex Kempster, how close are any of those for this weekend?
Yeah, there's Alex Pattinson. I've just had information from Middlesbrough. He's been with them all this week, and he'll be back in training tomorrow. So hopefully he trains well and put himself in contention for the weekend.
And the other 2?
No, they won't be back for Saturday. It's simple as that. There's no point of. I think everybody knows it's only 10 days now since the injuries happened. So, but they are getting close, which is good.
Coming back in this weekend, you suggested about Simon Heslop coming straight back in for what would have been a game on Monday. Is that still the case for this weekend? Yeah,
as I say, he comes back in, he's experienced player, he comes back into the squad, and it's good to have your experienced players available.
And Flynn McNaughton, has he done enough to give himself another chance?
Well, he's done ever so well. A young boy, 17-year-old, he came on and he had a real great debut for the 20 minutes he was on. Looked after the ball well, decision making was good, he played with good maturity, his runs were good off the ball. So I was delighted, and as I said, we've been working very, very closely with certain second-year scholars that we have in the system that's sort of been around the first team environment. So it's nothing new to him since I've come in. I've tried to introduce as much youth into the first team on a weekly basis. So when they do get the opportunity, the transition's very simple.
How important is that for you to try and bring through the kids, for want of a better expression, no disrespect to them, but the younger players? How important is it for you?
I think it's the key. I think it's what you do Monday to Friday. I always remember as a young player myself was that, going to that first team change room, it was a different environment. There was big personalities there, and it was quite intimidating. And I think I always remember it was sort of sink or swim. Where for me, I've always done the opposite. I spoke with Steve Torpey on a Monday morning, who's done well over the weekend, trying to introduce them 2 or 3 into this first team squad for part of that week, every week, and rotate them around. So when they have got the chance, they eat with them, they train with them, they've played practice matches with them, they've worked alongside John Park, and so the transition's taken care of itself over the last 3 or 4 months. So when it did happen, it was very much, it wasn't sort of like this is going to be something very sort of different. It was the norm.
So with that in mind, and with the injury situation in mind, still a few players out, will we see any more younger players coming through over the next couple of weeks?
Yeah, we've brought them all into the squad. We've got a small group of second-year scholars that we very much like, and we're sort of looking at their futures as well. So they train with the first team more than they've ever trained over the last few weeks. They'll play a big part between now and the season, and it's great, having these young lads, fresh energy, wanting to impress and hungry, and it keeps training sessions really lively, and it's just good for competition for players.